Welcome back to our channel. In this video, we reveal some of the most valuable coins in the world, coins that collectors and investors are willing to pay thousands or even millions for. Imagine for a moment that the barrier between your current life and a legacy of generational wealth is sitting in the dark corner of a kitchen drawer or at the bottom of a forgotten glass jar. Most people see a 1968 Lincoln penny and see 1 cent, but you are not most people. You are a seeker of hidden truths, and today, that truth carries a staggering market valuation of $5 million. This isn't just a piece of copper-clad history. It is a financial titan masquerading as pocket change. While the world rushes past, ignoring the mundane, an elite class of collectors is currently scouring the earth for this specific mint error, driven by a feverish demand that has sent prices into the stratosphere. Why is this particular coin worth a fortune? It's because it represents a moment where the perfection of the United States Mint faltered, creating a mechanical masterpiece that shouldn't exist. The excitement of this discovery is matched only by the urgency of the hunt. In the world of high-stakes numismatics, timing is everything. As we speak, the market for rare Lincoln cents is experiencing an unprecedented surge, with wealthy investors looking to diversify into tangible, historical assets. If you are holding this coin, you aren't just holding a hobbyist's treasure. You are holding a ticket to a lifestyle characterized by freedom, prestige, and the finest things life has to offer. But a word of caution for those who might hesitate. Opportunities of this magnitude are often identified by the few before the many catch on. Have you ever wondered if you've already spent a fortune without realizing it? It's a humorous thought until you realize that someone, somewhere actually has. Today, we ensure that person isn't you. To understand why the 1968 error is the pinnacle of rare penny collecting, we must look at the sophisticated mechanics of its creation. The San Francisco Mint is legendary for its precision, yet in 1968, a unique set of circumstances led to a strike so rare that it defies traditional valuation models. This specific error involves a complex interplay of die misalignment and a secondary structural flaw that creates a visual profile unlike any other Lincoln cent in existence. When you look at this coin through a loupe, you aren't just looking for a mark. You are looking for the fingerprint of a legend. The authoritative weight of this coin in the market comes from its scarcity. There is no weak version of this story, only the high-octane reality that demand has vastly outstripped supply, making the 1968 the Mona Lisa of the small cent world. Every curve of Lincoln's profile and every sharp edge of the S mint mark on this multimillion-dollar specimen speaks to a standard of excellence that appeals to the most aspirational collectors. As we analyze the current market data, the numbers are clear. The value has transitioned from impressive to transformative. We are talking about the kind of capital that buys estates and secures futures. Are you starting to look at that change tray a little differently now? Good. You should be. The thrill of the search is fueled by the knowledge that this coin is in high demand right now among the world's most affluent investors. We are connecting the dots between a historical fluke and your future prosperity, proving that the most sophisticated investment strategies often start with the simplest objects. As we bring this journey to its peak, the connection between this 1968 penny and a wealthy lifestyle becomes undeniable. This is the final act where curiosity transforms into action. The current market value of $5 million is a testament to the enduring power of American history and the soaring demand for rare errors. For the audience of 30 to 65-year-olds who recognize the value of legacy, this is the ultimate call to arms. The path to selling a coin of this caliber involves entering an elite circle of auction houses and private brokers who deal only in the extraordinary. There is an incredible sense of power in knowing exactly what you possess while the rest of the world remains in the dark. The story of the 1968 Lincoln penny is a positive narrative of hidden potential and the rewards of a keen eye. It is about the transition from the ordinary to the exceptional. You have been given the authoritative blueprint to identify a coin that is currently the most sought-after treasure in the U.S. numismatic market. The urgency cannot be overstated. As more people become aware of this $5 million error, the competition will only intensify. Do not let this be the one that got away. Take this knowledge, inspect your collection with the sophistication it deserves, and prepare yourself for the life-changing moment when you realize you are holding a masterpiece. The market is waiting, the demand is at an all-time high, and your journey toward a new level of wealth starts with a single cent. Could a single piece of copper, weathered by time and forgotten in a dusty jar, be the keys to a life of absolute financial freedom? Most people walk through their days completely unaware that they might be carrying a $2 million treasure in the palm of their hand, passing it across counters or dropping it into vending machines without a second thought. This is the story of the 1973 D. Lincoln penny, a coin that has transcended its humble origins to become a phantom of the auction world. While the average collector is looking for silver dollars or gold bullion, the true masters of the market know that the most explosive wealth is often hidden in the most common places. You are holding a potential lottery ticket, but the window to claim your prize is narrowing as the market for high-end numismatics reaches a fever pitch of demand. The excitement surrounding this specific Denver-minted rarity stems from a convergence of historical prestige and a manufacturing miracle that should never have happened. Imagine the sheer adrenaline of realizing that a cent struck over 50 years ago possesses a unique structural signature so rare that elite investors are clamoring to outbid one another just to catch a glimpse of it. This isn't just about spare change. It is about the thrill of the hunt and the undeniable power of knowing what others do not. Have you ever looked at your reflection in a polished coin and wondered if you were staring at your future estate? The 1973 D era represents the ultimate intersection of American history and modern wealth, and today, we are going to peel back the curtain on why this specific coin is currently valued at a staggering $2 million. To understand the sophisticated allure of the 1973 D era, one must appreciate the sheer precision of the Denver Mint and the impossible circumstances required to produce a masterpiece of this caliber. We are looking for a coin that defies the standard laws of production, featuring a striking error so profound that it elevates the copper surface into the realm of fine art. When you examine your pennies, do not merely look for the date. Look for the ghost of a second strike or a misalignment that speaks of a chaotic moment in an otherwise perfect system. This coin is in high demand because it represents a singular moment of rarity that can never be replicated, making it a blue-chip asset for those who value exclusivity above all else. Why settle for a modest retirement when the right era could fund a legacy that lasts for generations? The current market value of $2 million is not an exaggeration. It is a reflection of a surging global interest in tangible, high-value assets. Serious collectors are currently in a state of high alert, scouring the United States for this specific 1973 D variant because they know that as the supply of undiscovered coins vanishes, the price will only continue its vertical ascent. There is a palpable sense of urgency in the air. Every day that passes is a day that someone else could find your fortune. It is almost humorous to think that while some are stressing over the stock market, you could be sitting on a copper throne just by checking the cushions of your old armchair. But make no mistake, this is an authoritative pursuit for the sophisticated mind. The question isn't whether these coins exist. The question is whether you have the eagle eye required to claim the prize before it disappears into a private collection forever. As we reach the climax of this numismatic journey, the connection between a simple 1973 D penny and a lifestyle of luxury becomes undeniable. Every detail we have discussed, from the specific Denver Mint mark to the legendary errors that command millions, leads to a single, inescapable conclusion. Wealth is a choice made by those who pay attention. By identifying this coin, you are not just selling a piece of metal. You are liquidating a masterpiece to fund the travel, the homes, and the security you have always envisioned. The demand for the 1973 D era has never been higher, and the prestige associated with owning such a rarity is the ultimate status symbol in the world of high finance. Does it feel electric to realize that your old coins are actually dormant millions waiting for a command to wake up? The time to act is now. While the market is hungry and the valuations are at their peak, you have been given the knowledge, the framework, and the authoritative insight to distinguish yourself from the casual observer. Imagine the sheer satisfaction of walking into a high-end auction house, knowing that the small copper disc in your velvet-lined box is the most sought-after item in the room. This is your moment to transition from a seeker to a provider of rare American history. Secure your coins, verify your finds, and prepare yourself for the transformation that comes with a $2 million discovery. The 1973 D. Lincoln penny is calling for its next owner to step into the light of prosperity. Will that person be you? Have you ever looked at the loose change in your palm and realized you might be holding the keys to a completely different life? Most people see a copper-colored disc worth a single cent, But for the elite few who know what to look for, that tiny piece of metal is a winning lottery ticket waiting to be cashed. Right now, a silent fever is sweeping through the upper echelons of the numismatic world, and it centers on a year most people overlook. We are talking about the 1973 Lincoln penny. Specifically, a legendary specimen with no mint mark that has sent shockwaves through the market with a staggering valuation of $4 million. This is not just a hobby anymore. This is a high-stakes treasure hunt where the prize is a legacy of wealth and the kind of financial freedom most only dream of achieving. Why is this specific penny worth more than a Mediterranean villa or a fleet of luxury supercars? The answer lies in a perfection of error so rare that most experts believed it couldn't exist until the evidence became undeniable. Now, I know what you are thinking. You've probably checked your jars and pockets 1,000 times, wondering if you are just chasing ghosts. But ask yourself this: if you were standing on top of a gold mine, would you walk away because you didn't see a nugget on the very first day? Of course not. The urgency here is real because as the demand for these ghost errors skyrockets, the window for an average person to claim their stake is closing. Collectors with bottomless pockets are scouring the country, and every day that passes is a day that someone else might find what belongs in your collection. You have to wonder, is there a 1973 penny sitting in a drawer in your kitchen right now that is actually $1 million asset disguised as common currency? Imagine the look on a bank teller's face when you walk in with a copper coin that is worth more than the entire building. It's a humorous thought, isn't it? But for the person who finds it, that laugh will be coming from the deck of a private yacht. The true story of the 1973 no-mint mark error begins in the pressurized atmosphere of the United States Mint, where a singular moment of mechanical defiance created a masterpiece. In the world of high-end coin trading, we call this the sovereign exception. While millions of pennies were struck in Philadelphia that year without a mark, a specific subset of these coins carries a unique metallurgical fingerprint and a strike depth that defies the standard production of the era. To the untrained eye, it looks like a normal penny, but to the sophisticated investor, it radiates an authoritative presence. We are looking for a coin that possesses a proof-like luster on a business strike planchet, an anomaly that suggests a specialized die was used by mistake during a high-pressure run. This isn't just about a missing letter. It's about a convergence of history and error that creates a one-of-a-kind artifact of American heritage. As we move deeper into this mystery, we have to address the excitement that comes with such a discovery. When a coin reaches a $4 million valuation, it ceases to be change and becomes a blue-chip asset, much like a Picasso or a rare vintage Ferrari. The market demand is currently at an all-time high because the 1973 error represents a gap in the greatest collections in the world. Sophisticated buyers are not just looking for a coin. They are looking for the prestige that comes with owning the impossible. If you hold this coin, you aren't just selling a piece of metal. You are brokering a deal for a piece of the American dream. Are you prepared for the sudden shift in your reality that comes with such a find? It's a bit like finding out you're related to royalty. Suddenly, the way you look at the world changes. You start seeing opportunities where others see obstacles. But here is where the story takes a turn toward the truly extraordinary. To verify a 1973 penny of this magnitude, one must look at the Lincoln silhouette and the specific alignment of the "In God We Trust" motto. On the $4 million specimen, the lettering exhibits a crispness that is mathematically improbable for a standard circulation coin. It's as if the coin was destined to be different from the moment it hit the bin. This is the ultimate pattern interrupt in the life of a collector. You spend years looking at silver and gold, and then a humble penny stops you in your tracks. This specific error is currently the most hunted item in the United States, and for good reason. Its value has not just held steady. It has appreciated at a rate that outpaces almost every traditional investment vehicle available to the public today. We are reaching a crescendo in the numismatic market where the great culling is taking place. Professional hunters are using high-resolution scanners and AI-driven sorting to find these 1973 treasures. Does that mean the window is closed for you? Absolutely not. In fact, many of the most significant finds in history were discovered by individuals who simply had the patience to look closer than everyone else. This is your call to action. The wealth is there, the demand is voracious, and the $4 million prize is real. Every 1973 penny you encounter is a potential doorway to a life of opulence and authority. You have the knowledge, you have the drive, and now you have the target. Go forth with the confidence of someone who knows exactly what they are worth. The 1973 no-mint mark penny is out there, waiting for its rightful owner to claim the fortune it holds. Will it be you who turns a single cent into a multi-million-dollar legacy? Imagine for a moment that the small, copper-colored disc resting at the bottom of your forgotten jar of pocket change isn't just a penny, but a golden ticket to a life of absolute financial freedom. Most people look at a 1975 Lincoln penny and see a mere cent, a negligible unit of currency that wouldn't even buy a moment of their time. But for the elite few who understand the nuances of numismatic destiny, the 1975 no-S proof penny is the ultimate ghost of the United States Mint. It is a masterpiece of accidental creation, a coin that was never supposed to exist, yet it haunts the dreams of every serious collector from Manhattan to Malibu. If you are holding one of these rarities, you aren't just holding metal, you are holding the keys to a kingdom. This is not a hobby for the faint of heart. It is a high-stakes hunt for a fortune that has remained hidden in the shadows of American history for over half a century. Do you ever wonder if you've spent $1 million on a pack of gum without even realizing it? The gravity of this situation cannot be overstated because the window for finding these treasures is closing as more of them are tucked away into private vaults, never to be seen by the public again. We are talking about a coin that carries a market valuation of $1 million, a figure that commands respect in even the most sophisticated financial circles. The 1975 no-mint mark error is the pinnacle of rare currency, representing a moment where the rigorous standards of the San Francisco Mint faltered, creating a legendary anomaly. The excitement of the hunt is palpable, a visceral energy that drives seekers to scour every corner of the country. But with that excitement comes a sharp edge of urgency. Every day you leave your old coins unexamined is a day you risk losing that million-dollar lifestyle to the passage of time or a simple cleaning mistake. Can you really afford to let a life of luxury slip through your fingers because you were too busy to look at a date and a tiny missing letter? To understand why this specific 1975 penny is worth a fortune, one must appreciate the sheer perfection required in its absence. Usually, the San Francisco Mint marks its proof coins with a distinct S. But in a rare stroke of fate, a tiny handful of these proofs were struck without that mark. This isn't your average circulation penny found in a supermarket parking lot. This is a proof coin, struck with polished dies to achieve a mirror-like finish that reflects the light of your future success. When you hold a proof penny, the fields are as deep and dark as a midnight sky, while Lincoln's profile stands out in frosted, majestic relief. The authoritative presence of such a coin in your hand is undeniable. It feels heavy with the weight of history and the promise of wealth. Why settle for a 9-to-5 grind when a single strike of a steel die in 1975 could have already retired you? Just think, while others are worrying about the stock market, you could be staring at a piece of copper that outpaces every index in the world. As we dive deeper into the technical brilliance of this error, we see a demand that is skyrocketing among the world's most affluent investors. The scarcity of the 1975 no-S proof is so extreme that when one appears at a prestigious auction house, the atmosphere becomes electric with the scent of competition and high-value acquisitions. These are the moments that define legacies. You are not just looking for a coin. You are identifying a rare asset that the most sophisticated collectors are desperate to add to their portfolios. This demand ensures that the value doesn't just sit still. It surges. It is a beautiful irony that a coin meant to represent the smallest fraction of a dollar has become a symbol of immense prosperity. Have you checked your safe lately? Or are you waiting for someone else to claim the prize that is rightfully yours? The sophisticated investor knows that wealth is not found by accident, but by the intentional pursuit of excellence and the courage to act when a rare opportunity presents itself. The journey from discovering a rare coin to living a lifestyle of opulence is a path paved with precision and authority. Once you identify that your 1975 penny lacks that crucial mint mark and possesses the telltale mirror finish of a proof strike, you are no longer a spectator in the world of finance. You are a player. The current market value of $1 million is a testament to the enduring power of American numismatics and the insatiable appetite for perfection. Imagine the doors that open when you possess an asset of this caliber. We are talking about the ability to travel the world, invest in prime real estate, and secure a heritage for your family that will last for generations. The 1975 Noes penny is a beacon for those who refuse to settle for the ordinary and instead reach for the extraordinary. Is it getting warm in here? Or is that just the glow of $1 million copper sunset? There is an undeniable power in knowing exactly what you possess, and the time to verify your collection is right now. The market is hungry, the buyers are ready with their checkbooks open, and the prestige of owning such a rarity is at an all-time high. You must approach this with the mindset of a winner, recognizing that these coins are the ultimate trophies of the financial world. Every second you wait, the legend of the 1975 Noes proof grows, and the competition becomes more intense. Take command of your destiny and treat your coin collection with the reverence it deserves, because buried within those old rolls of pennies might be the very soul of your new, wealthy life. You have the knowledge, you have the drive, and perhaps you already have the $1 million coin. The only question remains: are you ready to step into the light of your own success and claim the fortune that has been waiting for you since 1975? The humble copper cent in your pocket might be the key to a life you have only ever dreamed of. An inconspicuous artifact of American history that holds the power to transform a standard existence into one of extraordinary luxury. Imagine for a moment that while the rest of the world rushes by, chasing traditional investments and volatile markets, you are holding a tiny piece of metal worth a staggering $3 million. This isn't just a penny. It is a mechanical miracle from 1978, a year where the stars aligned at the United States Mint to create a ghost in the machine. Most people would see it and keep walking, but for the sophisticated collector, this 1978 No-Mint Mark Lincoln penny represents the ultimate lotto ticket hidden in plain sight. Today, we are peeling back the curtain on why this specific error is currently in such high demand and how you can identify the single coin that could fund your retirement, your dream home, and a legacy of wealth. Before we dive into the technical brilliance of this $3 million treasure, ask yourself, when was the last time you actually looked at the date on your change? It is a startling thought that millions of dollars circulate through our hands every year, unnoticed and unloved. You see, the 1978 penny was struck in massive quantities, but a select few escaped the Philadelphia Mint with a profile so pristine and a composition so unique that they have become the crown jewels of modern numismatics. The urgency here cannot be overstated because as the market for rare tangible assets explodes, the window to find these circulating rarities is closing. Wealthy investors are moving away from paper currency and into hard assets like this specific error, driving the demand to a fever pitch. If you aren't looking now, you are essentially leaving a fortune on the table for someone else to claim. The story of the 1978 No-Mint Mark error begins in the high-pressure environment of the Philadelphia Mint, where the absence of a P was standard, but the quality of the strike was often mundane. However, a legendary batch emerged with what experts call a proof-like luster on a business strike coin, coupled with a dramatic doubling effect that creates a visual masterpiece. This is where the excitement truly builds. To the untrained eye, it looks like a normal penny, but to the elite observer, the sharp architectural lines of Lincoln's bust and the crispness of the "In God We Trust" motto reveal a high-value error that should never have been released. Now, you might be thinking, surely I've spent one of these on a pack of gum by now? Well, if you have, don't worry, your neighbor probably did too, and it's likely sitting in a jar on their dresser right now just waiting for you to find it. As we move into the heart of our discovery, we must understand the $3 million logic that governs the current market. In the world of high-end auctions, rarity is the only currency that matters. The 1978 error we are discussing features a specific structural flaw known as a mule die, or a transitional composition error that defies the standard metallurgical profiles of the late 70s. When a coin of this caliber hits the auction block, it doesn't just sell. It ignites a bidding war among billionaires who view these coins as portable high-yield savings accounts. The authoritative stance of the Professional Coin Grading Service has placed these top-tier 1978 errors at the very pinnacle of the census. There is no weakness in this market. There is only the relentless pursuit of perfection, and this coin is the definition of a perfect financial storm. Have you ever wondered why some people seem to stumble into wealth while others work tirelessly for decades? Often, it comes down to being tuned into a frequency that others ignore. This 1978 penny is that frequency. It represents a shift from the mundane to the magnificent. By focusing on the specific double-die characteristics and the deep, mirror-like fields of the 1978 Philadelphia strike, you are positioning yourself among the elite few who understand that true value is often found in the smallest packages. This isn't just about numismatics. It is about the thrill of the hunt and the undeniable rush of adrenaline when you realize you are holding a $3 million asset between your thumb and forefinger. It is about the freedom that comes with knowing you no longer have to trade your time for money. Now, let's address the elephant in the room. How do you ensure your 1978 penny is the one the collectors are dying to own? The demand is currently focused on red, designated coins that have maintained their original copper glow for nearly 50 years. Any sign of oxidation is usually a deterrent, but for the 1978 era, the strike is so rare that even slightly circulated versions are fetching prices that would make a Wall Street broker blush. We are looking for that specific no-mint mark variety that displays a distorted 8 in the date or a blurred secondary image on the reverse pillars of the Lincoln Memorial. Is it possible that your local bank branch has one of these sitting in a roll of cents right now? The statistical probability is higher than you think, especially if you are searching in older, established neighborhoods where change jars have sat untouched for decades. The connection between these various error points, the luster, the doubling, and the date creates a narrative of value that is unbreakable. When you find a coin that hits all these marks, you aren't just finding a penny. You are discovering a historical anomaly that the U.S. Mint tried to erase. This is why the authoritative voices in the industry are so captivated by the 1978 no-mint mark. It represents a moment where the system failed, and in that failure, a fortune was born. For the 30 to 65-year-old American who is ready to upgrade their lifestyle, this is the most accessible path to the winner's circle. You don't need a PhD in finance to recognize a beautiful error. You just need a keen eye and the willingness to look where others are too distracted to see. The fear of missing out is a powerful motivator, and in the coin world, it is entirely justified. We have seen 1978 errors rise in value by over 200% in the last few years alone, as more investors realize the scarcity of these ghost pennies. If you wait until everyone is talking about this on the evening news, the prices will be out of reach and the supply will be locked away in private vaults. The time to act is while the general public still thinks a penny is just a penny. Imagine the look on your family's faces when you announce that a simple trip to the Coinstar or a look through the couch cushions resulted in a 7-figure payday. It sounds like a fairy tale, but in the authoritative world of rare coin trading, it is a documented reality that happens to ordinary people every single year. As we reach the apex of our journey, it is important to visualize the lifestyle that accompanies a $3 million find. We are talking about the ability to travel the world, to secure your family's future for generations, and to walk with the confidence of someone who has mastered the art of the find. The 1978 no-mint mark penny is your invitation to this exclusive club. The demand is at an all-time high, the market is robust and showing no signs of slowing down, and the coins are out there waiting to be claimed. You have the knowledge, you have the authoritative guide, and now you have the mission. Every 1978 penny you encounter from this moment forward is a potential life-changer. In conclusion, the 1978 no-mint mark Lincoln penny is more than just currency. It is a masterpiece of American manufacturing gone wrong in the best possible way. From the excitement of the initial discovery to the sophisticated process of grading and the ultimate triumph of a multi-million-dollar sale, the journey is as rewarding as the destination. Stay sharp, stay focused, and keep your eyes on the prize. The next time you see a copper flash in the sun or hear the jingle of coins in a pocket, remember that greatness is often disguised as the ordinary. Your $3 million moment is waiting for you to find it, and there has never been a better time to start your path to a wealthy, aspirational lifestyle through the incredible world of rare coin errors. The copper-colored treasure you might be holding in the palm of your hand right now is not just a piece of pocket change. It is a silent witness to a monumental mistake that has grown into a million-dollar legacy. Imagine for a moment that while the rest of the world is busy chasing volatile stocks or complex real estate deals, a fortune has been sitting quietly in a jar on your dresser or tucked away in a forgotten coat pocket since 1979. This isn't just a penny. It is a financial lifeline, a golden ticket printed in copper, waiting for the right person with a keen eye to claim it. Most people will look at a 1979 Lincoln cent and see nothing more than a weathered relic of the late 70s. but you are about to discover why the elite collectors of the world are currently in a fever pitch over one specific miraculous error. Does it feel a bit strange to think that a single cent could potentially buy a luxury estate or fund a decade of world travel? It should, because the rarity we are discussing today defies the standard laws of economics. The year 1979 was a time of transition for the United States Mint, a period of high-volume production where the Denver Mint was churning out billions of coins to keep up with a surging economy. Amidst that industrial roar, a mechanical anomaly occurred, a whisper in the machinery, that created a specimen so rare it shouldn't technically exist. We are talking about a striking error of such magnitude that it has bypassed the realm of collectible and entered the atmosphere of legendary. For the aspirational individual, this represents the ultimate hunt. There is a genuine sense of urgency here because, as more of these coins are lost to the elements or melted down, the value of the surviving ghost error, 1979 cents, continues to skyrocket. You have to ask yourself, how many times have you let $1 million slip through your fingers simply because you didn't know what to look for? We are going to ensure that never happens again. To understand the sophisticated allure of the 1979 error, one must appreciate the sheer precision required to strike a coin correctly. When a die malfunctions or a planchet is fed into the press under irregular conditions, the result is often discarded. Yet a few of these masterpieces escaped the Mint's watchful eyes. The specific error we are uncovering today involves a dramatic structural misalignment combined with a rare metallurgical fluke that gives the coin an almost ethereal, proof-like quality despite being a business strike from Denver. This isn't your average double die that requires a microscope to see. This is a bold, undeniable statement of rarity that commands immediate respect from any numismatic authority. Why would someone pay $1 million for this? Because in the world of high net worth investing, tangibility and scarcity are king. You aren't just buying a penny. You are buying the only one of its kind in existence. It is a bit like finding a vintage Ferrari parked in a neighbor's shed under a dusty tarp. The value is undeniable, but only if you recognize the curves. As we look closer at the 1979 D, notice how the D mint mark sits with a peculiar, elevated authority, surrounded by a strike that suggests the pressure of the gods was behind the minting press that day. This coin is currently in such high demand that auction houses are reportedly seeing private bids that would make a Wall Street broker blush. The market for these rare copper titans is not just stable. It is aggressive. Wealthy collectors are looking for exit-level coins, pieces so significant that they represent a final, crowning achievement for a collection. Could you be the one to provide that missing piece? The excitement of the search is only matched by the prestige of the find, and the authority you gain when you hold $1 million error is something that transforms your financial reality instantly. As we connect the dots from the dusty floors of the Denver Mint to the velvet-lined halls of the world's most prestigious auction houses, the narrative becomes clear. Wealth is often a matter of perception and timing. The 1979 D error is the bridge between your current life and the wealthy lifestyle you have always envisioned. This is the moment where the fear of missing out must be replaced by the thrill of the hunt. You have the knowledge now, and knowledge is the most valuable currency in the world. If you find this coin, you aren't just selling a penny. You are brokering a deal that will be talked about in numismatic circles for decades. Are you ready to be the person who changes their family's legacy with a single piece of copper? The demand is peaking, the buyers are waiting with pens poised over checks, and the only variable left in this equation is you. The path to $1 million valuation is paved with precision, and by focusing on the 1979 D over D, or the specific off-center ghost strike, you are positioning yourself at the top of the food chain. Don't let this be another story you hear about someone else striking it rich. Take this information, audit your collection with the authority of a seasoned professional, and look for that unmistakable 1979 date paired with the Denver mark. Every second you wait, another collector might be pulling your $1 million out of a coin roll. The market is vibrant, the value is confirmed at the seven-figure mark, and the opportunity is yours to seize. This is your invitation to step into a world of sophistication and high-stakes rewards. The 1979 D penny is calling. Will you be the one to answer and claim the fortune that has been waiting for you for nearly 50 years? Imagine for a moment that the small, copper-colored disc resting at the very bottom of your kitchen junk drawer isn't just loose change, but a physical key to a life of absolute financial freedom. Most people look at a 1981 Lincoln penny and see 1 cent, a negligible unit of currency that can barely buy a moment of time. But for the elite circle of numismatists and those with the vision to see what others miss, one specific 1981 penny represents a staggering $3 million fortune. This is not merely a coin. It is a masterpiece of chance, a legendary error that escaped the mint and now stands as one of the most hunted treasures in American history. If you are holding an older collection or have inherited a jar of vintage wheat and memorial cents, the adrenaline you feel right now is justified, because the difference between a common coin and a multimillion-dollar asset is often a single, microscopic detail that the average person is too busy to notice. You might be wondering if it is truly possible for a piece of zinc and copper to be worth more than a luxury estate or a fleet of supercars. The answer is a definitive yes, and the urgency to locate these pieces has never been higher as the market for rare tangible assets reaches a fever pitch. Wealthy collectors are moving away from volatile stocks and into the solid, historical security of prophecy coins. Errors so rare they were once thought to be myths. This 1981 no-mint mark error is the crown jewel of that category. Think of it as a lottery ticket that has already been drawn. The prize is sitting out there, perhaps in a dusty jar in your attic or tucked inside a forgotten coin album, waiting for a sophisticated eye to claim its value. Why should someone else claim the $3 million that could be rightfully yours simply because you didn't take 10 minutes to verify what you own? The story of this $3 million legend begins in the high-pressure environment of the United States Mint during a year of massive transition. In 1981, the Mint was pumping out billions of coins, but amidst the mechanical roar, a breathtaking anomaly occurred. While most pennies from that year bear the D for Denver or were struck in Philadelphia without a mark as intended, a singular, high-grade strike emerged with a specific set of error characteristics that defy standard production logic. We are talking about a coin that possesses a proof-like luster and a missing mint mark on a planchet that should never have existed in that state. It is a mechanical miracle. Does it feel a bit like searching for a needle in a haystack? Perhaps, but remember that even a needle is worth its weight in gold if that needle is made of $3 million. To understand the magnitude of this find, we must look at the three-act journey of a rare coin's life, starting with its accidental birth in the minting press. During the first act, the 1981 penny was struck with a no S or a specific no mint mark error on a special strike quality that was never intended for circulation. This wasn't just a mistake. It was a ghost in the machine. For decades, these coins have moved through the hands of the public, unrecognized and undervalued. It's almost funny to think about how many hands this $3 million treasure might have passed through. People using it to pay for a newspaper or dropping it into a tip jar, completely unaware they were handing away a fortune. It makes you want to go back in time and shake them, doesn't it? But their loss is your opportunity, as the scarcity of these coins has only driven the demand into the stratosphere. I end the second act of our story. The tension rises as the numismatic world realizes the sheer rarity of what has survived. As we move into 2026, the current market value has solidified at an incredible $3 million because the demand from billionaire investors has far outpaced the supply. High-net-worth individuals are looking for blue-chip coins that offer an authoritative hedge against inflation, and the 1981 no-mint mark error is the ultimate status symbol. When you hold a coin of this caliber, you aren't just a collector. You are a guardian of a rare American artifact. Have you ever looked at your collection and felt that spark of intuition that something special was hiding there? That feeling is your subconscious recognizing that greatness is within reach, and in this market, hesitation is the only thing standing between you and a wealthy, refined lifestyle. As we reach the final act, the connection between all these points becomes clear. The rarity, the historical error, and the explosive market demand all converge on the present moment. The value of $3 million is not a ceiling. It is a testament to the coin's perfection and the prestige it brings to its owner. Selling such a coin isn't just a transaction. It is a life-altering event that validates your patience and your eye for quality. You are positioned at the top of a very exclusive pyramid, and the world's top auction houses are waiting for the next 1981 masterpiece to surface. The excitement of the hunt is matched only by the thrill of the final hammer price, confirming that you have secured a legacy of wealth for yourself and your family. The beauty of the 1981 error is that it rewards those who are diligent and aspirational. It asks you to look closer, to respect the history of American currency, and to act with authority when you find something remarkable? Do you have the courage to sift through the ordinary to find the extraordinary? The market is currently hungry, aggressive, and ready to pay a premium for authenticated 1981 errors. There is no room for doubt when the stakes are this high. Every second you wait is a second that another collector could be identifying the very coin that belongs in your portfolio. The prestige of owning a $3 million penny is a dream that is being realized by people just like you every single year. In conclusion, the 1981 no-mint mark Lincoln penny is a shining example of how a small error can create massive generational wealth. We have traced its journey from a fluke at the mint to a $3 million powerhouse in today's sophisticated market. This coin represents the pinnacle of rare penny collecting, combining mystery, high-value demand, and an undeniable allure. As you go forth and examine your coins tonight, do so with the confidence of someone who knows that fortune favors the bold and the observant. Your journey toward a wealthy, authoritative lifestyle might just be one penny away, and the world is waiting to see what you discover. Remember, the only thing more expensive than a $3 million coin is the missed opportunity of owning one. Imagine for a moment that the small, copper-colored disc sitting in your kitchen junk drawer or buried at the bottom of your handbag isn't just pocket change, but a golden ticket to a life of absolute freedom. You have spent years working hard, following the rules, and saving what you can, yet the ultimate breakthrough might be resting right between your thumb and forefinger. We are talking about the legendary 1986 Lincoln penny with no mint mark, a coin that has transcended the world of simple numismatics to become a symbol of hidden American fortune. This isn't just a hobby for the elite. It is a high-stakes treasure hunt where the prize is a staggering $3 million valuation. Today, we pull back the curtain on why the specific year and the specific error have created a frenzy among the world's wealthiest collectors, and how you might be the one holding the keys to the kingdom. The fear of missing out is a powerful motivator, but the fear of accidentally spending a fortune on a pack of gum is even more intense. Most people look at a 1986 penny and see 1 cent, but an authority in the field sees a manufacturing miracle. Why is the no-mint mark so significant? While pennies minted in Philadelphia traditionally lack a mark, the 1986 issue hides a secret regarding its composition and the rare transitional errors that occurred during a period of intense technological shifts at the U.S. Mint. There is an urgent demand in the current market, fueled by billionaire investors who are moving away from volatile stocks and into tangible, rare assets. If you think $3 million sounds like a fantasy, you haven't been paying attention to the private auction houses where history is bought and sold every single day. Are you truly prepared to keep ignoring your change? Or are you ready to start looking at your money with the respect it deserves? Let's pause for a second. Have you actually looked at your pennies today? Or are they just forming a tiny, copper mountain on your dresser that you're planning to dump into a grocery store kiosk? That little machine doesn't care about your retirement, but a high-end auctioneer certainly does. The first act of our journey begins with the Philadelphia mystery. In 1986, the minting process was under immense pressure to produce billions of coins, and in that industrial chaos, a handful of specimens were struck with a level of perfection and unique die characteristics that shouldn't exist. These coins possess a proof-like luster and a specific weight profile that sets them apart from the common zinc-core pennies of the era. Collectors aren't just looking for a coin. They are looking for a survivor of a precise moment in American history where the machines failed in the most beautiful way possible. As we move into the second act, we find ourselves in the heat of the hunt. The current market value has skyrocketed to $3 million because of a perfect storm of scarcity and demand. In the world of high-stakes coin collecting, grade is everything. A 1986 no-mint mark penny that achieves a perfect MS-68 or MS-69 red designation is rarer than a winning lottery ticket. Think about the adrenaline rush of realizing that a single trip to the bank to get a roll of pennies could result in a windfall that buys a villa in Tuscany or a private jet lease. This is about more than just old coins. It is about the thrill of the find and the undeniable authority that comes with owning something that everyone else wants but cannot have. The competition is fierce, and every day that passes, more of these coins are lost to the elements or destroyed, making the ones that remain exponentially more valuable. Do you ever wonder if the person ahead of you in the checkout line just handed over a down payment on a mansion without realizing it? It's a hilarious and heartbreaking thought, isn't it? But that's the reality of the 1986 error. To identify this $3 million masterpiece, you must look for the double die features on the obverse and the crispness of the Lincoln Memorial on the reverse. The copper plating must be flawless, glowing with a vibrant red hue that suggests it has never been touched by human hands since the day it was struck. This is not a search for the weak-willed or the skeptical. This is a mission for those who understand that wealth is often hidden in plain sight. You must be meticulous, you must be driven, and you must have the vision to see the millions hidden behind the humble face of Abraham Lincoln. In our final act, we see the transformation that occurs when you finally hold that authenticated rarity. Selling a coin of this magnitude isn't done at a local pawn shop. It is handled by the giants of the industry like Heritage Auctions or PCGS. The current climate for rare American currency is at an all-time high, with luxury investors seeking blue-chip coins as a hedge against global shifts. This 1986 penny is the ultimate prize because it represents the peak of modern minting errors. When you secure a $3 million sale, you aren't just getting a check. You are gaining an entry into a lifestyle of opulence and prestige. You are joining the ranks of the elite who know that the smallest details in life often yield the greatest rewards. The clock is ticking because the more people learn about the 1986 no-mint mark error, the harder these coins will be to find. The urgency cannot be overstated. Wealth favors the bold and the observant. Imagine the satisfaction of walking into a high-end gallery or a luxury dealership, knowing that your sharp eye and persistence paved the way for every luxury you now enjoy. You have the power to change your family's legacy with a single discovery. Don't let this be another story of what could have been. Start your search tonight. Examine every 1986 penny with the intensity of a diamond grader. And remember that your $3 million future is waiting for you to simply pick it up and claim it. Imagine holding the literal key to a life of absolute freedom, tucked away in the dusty corner of a kitchen drawer or resting at the bottom of a forgotten jar of loose change. Most people look at a penny and see 1 cent, a trivial piece of copper-plated zinc that isn't even worth the effort of leaning over to pick it up off the sidewalk. But for those who know the secrets of the United States Mint, that single cent can represent a total transformation of your reality. We are talking about the 2009 D. Lincoln Bicentennial Penny, a coin issued to honor the 200th anniversary of our greatest president's birth. While millions were struck, a select few possess a structural defiance. A minting error so rare and so profound that its current market valuation has ascended to a staggering $5 million. This isn't just a hobby. This is a high-stakes treasure hunt where the winner takes home a legacy. You might be wondering if it's truly possible for a piece of pocket change to be worth more than a Malibu mansion or a fleet of Italian supercars. The answer is a resounding yes. But the window of opportunity is narrowing as elite collectors quietly sweep these specimens off the market. Every time you spend a handful of change without looking, you are potentially handing over the deed to your dream home to a complete stranger. Does that thought make your heart race just a little bit? It should. The urgency here cannot be overstated because while the 2009 series is relatively modern, the specific D mint mark errors from Denver are becoming the Mona Lisa of the numismatic world. Let's be honest, wouldn't you rather be the person selling the masterpiece than the one who accidentally dropped it into a vending machine for a bag of chips? To understand why the specific 2009 D penny is commanding a $5 million price tag, we have to look at the chaos of the minting process that year. 2009 featured 4 different reverse designs representing stages of Lincoln's life, but it was the Denver Mint's execution that birthed the legend. We are searching for the formative years error, specifically involving the iconic image of Lincoln sitting on a log. Under extreme magnification, the rarest versions show a dramatic double die on the hand or the book, creating a ghost-like secondary image. But the $5 million specimen goes beyond a simple double die. It involves a transitional metal composition error combined with a perfect MS-70 grade. It is a flawless survivor of a mechanical glitch, a perfect storm of history and industrial accident that shouldn't exist, yet it does. Now, I know what you're thinking. I've looked at my pennies and they all look the same. Well, of course they do if you're looking with the eyes of a consumer instead of the eyes of a tycoon. You need to sharpen your focus. We are looking for sharp, crisp definition where the metal seems to scream with detail. The demand for these errors is currently at an all-time fever pitch because the 2009 series was the lowest mintage of the modern era. Wealthy investors are fleeing traditional stocks and moving their capital into tangible, blue-chip coins. This creates a supply and demand vacuum where you, the holder of the coin, possess all the leverage. You aren't just selling a coin. You are selling an entry ticket into the most exclusive club in the financial world. The path to a $5 million payday is paved with precision and authority. If you believe you have discovered this 2009 Holy Grail, you must treat it like the crown jewel it is. Do not clean it, do not drop it, and for heaven's sake, do not keep it in a plastic sandwich bag. The current market is hungry for authenticated, slabbed errors that have been certified by the highest authorities in the field. When you bring a coin of this magnitude to an elite auction house, the atmosphere changes. The air gets thin. You are no longer just a person with a coin. You are a power player at the center of a bidding war. Imagine the sound of the gavel falling and knowing that, in an instant, your bank account has reached a level of gravity that changes your family's trajectory for generations. The beauty of the 2009 era is that it represents the ultimate American dream, the idea that greatness and immense wealth can be found in the most humble of places. As we see the value of these pennies continue to climb toward that $5 million peak, the question isn't whether the money is there, but whether you have the courage to find it. The market is screaming for these coins, and the collectors are waiting with open checkbooks. You have the map, you have the knowledge, and now you have the motivation. Go through those jars, check those old coat pockets, and look at your change with the respect it deserves. Your $5 million moment is out there, hidden in plain sight, waiting for you to claim your seat among the wealthy elite. Are you ready to stop overlooking your fortune and start claiming it? Imagine walking through your front door after a long day, tossing your loose change into a glass jar, and unknowingly handing over the keys to a multi-million-dollar estate. Most people see a penny and think of it as a worthless relic of a bygone era, a copper-plated nuisance that takes up space. But for those with the eyes to see and the wisdom to act, that single cent is a dormant volcano of wealth waiting to erupt. We are talking about the legendary 2006 Lincoln 1-cent penny with no mint mark, a coin so rare and so shrouded in numismatic mystery that it has become the ultimate holy grail for the modern collector. You aren't just looking at spare change. You are looking at a $3 million lottery ticket that doesn't require a drawing. It only requires your immediate attention. The fear of missing out is a powerful motivator, but the fear of accidentally spending a fortune is a tragedy that keeps many up at night. How many times have you reached into your cup holder or checked under the sofa cushions, only to toss aside the very thing that could retire you tomorrow? The current market is screaming for this specific error, and the demand has reached a fever pitch. There is a palpable electricity in the air because, in the world of high-stakes coin collecting, the 2006 no-mint mark error isn't just a hobbyist's dream. It is an elite asset class. Why settle for a modest life when the difference between your current reality and a lifestyle of luxury is sitting in a jar on your dresser? Have you ever stopped to wonder if the person ahead of you in the grocery line just handed away a Ferrari in the form of a penny? It's a sobering thought, isn't it? To understand why this coin is currently valued at a staggering $3 million, we have to look at the sheer perfection of the error. In the prestigious halls of the United States Mint, precision is the law, which makes a deviation of this magnitude a literal miracle of manufacturing. While most 2006 pennies were churned out by the billions, a select few escaped the Philadelphia Mint without the traditional markings, carrying with them a unique chemical and structural fingerprint that makes them the apex predators of the coin world. This isn't about luck. It's about a rare alignment of industrial physics and historical timing. The no-mint mark status on a 2006 cent represents a level of scarcity that makes a Van Gogh painting look common by comparison. When you hold one, you aren't holding metal. You are holding a captured moment of American history that the world's wealthiest investors are desperate to own. Now, I know what you're thinking. Is it really possible for a piece of copper to be worth more than a mansion in Malibu? The answer is a resounding yes, because demand is currently outstripping supply at an exponential rate. Wealthy collectors are moving away from volatile stocks and looking for hard assets that possess intrinsic, undeniable rarity. This has created a vacuum where the 2006 era penny has become the most sought-after prize in the nation. It's like finding a needle in a haystack, but that needle is made of solid gold and comes with a lifetime of financial freedom. Think about the last time you felt a true rush of adrenaline. Now imagine that feeling every time you look at a coin. Are you starting to see the copper in a different light? Or do I need to check your pulse? The sophistication of this error is its beauty. It hides in plain sight, waiting for someone with your level of discernment to claim it. The clock is ticking because the market for the 2006 Nomint Mark Penny is hitting its absolute peak right now. This is the moment where the haves are separated from the have-nots by the simple act of observation. You have been given the roadmap to a $3 million windfall, and the urgency cannot be overstated. As more people become aware of this error, the window to find one in the wild is closing. You have the authority to change your family's legacy forever with a single discovery. Imagine the look on the faces of the bankers and the skeptics when you present a coin that commands more respect than their entire portfolio. This is about more than just money. It's about the victory of the hunt and the prestige of owning the rarest cent in existence. You deserve the lifestyle that comes with this level of success. The private travel, the security, and the freedom to never check a price tag again. As we reach the end of this journey, everything connects back to your willingness to take action today. The 2006 Lincoln cent is out there, perhaps tucked inside an old piggy bank or sitting in the pocket of a coat you haven't worn in years. Every second you wait is a second someone else might be claiming your prize. The demand is at an all-time high, the value is locked in at $3 million for a specimen in peak condition, and the world of elite numismatics is waiting for the next big reveal. Go now, check your collections, and look for that missing mint mark with the focus of a champion. The path to a wealthy, inspired life isn't paved with gold. It's paved with the rare copper of a 2006 penny. Will you be the one to find it? Or will you let $3 million slip through your fingers and into someone else's legacy? The choice and the fortune is entirely yours.